All the girls on the block knocking at my door. Wanna know what it is, make the boys want more.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Jillian, and I am here with my friend Marissa. And we're going to be doing a Q&A comparing our schools FIT and FIDM. So she went to FIT, and where's that located?
That's in New York City.
Yes, and as you guys all know, I'm going to FIDM, which is located in LA. They also have 3 other campuses as well in Orange County, San Diego, and San Francisco. Now we're gonna get on to the questions, so let's get started. Okay, so question number 1. What is it like going to FIDM/FIT?
Okay, so I went to FIT and my first semester I really liked it because in high school I always wanted to study art, and FIT really gives you that opportunity to get your hands on fabric and like drawing and doing things you don't do in a classroom because you're in a studio. So if you like being in a studio and designing and actually like putting something together and sewing, then that's for you.
I feel like it's very like fast paced and we're always like constantly working. We're on a quarter system. Our classes are like once a week, very hands-on as well as FIT. So you're like working in a studio depending on the class that you're in. Like if you're in fashion design or like product development, which is my major, like you'll be in the studio doing like pattern making or sewing, things like that. And there's like other different majors that you'll probably be in, like studios or labs and things like that.
You have to know that you want to do it too.
Yeah, because fashion school is very expensive. FIT's a state school. FIDM is a private school. I'm not gonna lie, it's very expensive. You can ask anyone that. Question number 2. What's a typical day look like for a FIDM/FIT student? Basically, FIDM, since they are on a quarter system, it's like a 10-week, and we have classes once a week. So we meet for about, a normal class period is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and we'll have classes blocked out. So there's like, you can either take 8:30 classes, noon classes, 3:30 classes, or depending on your campus, 7 p.m. classes. They'll run for 2 hours and 45 minutes, and then sometimes we do have 6-hour classes or 5-hour classes that will like go along with the same start times as like normal classes. So that's kind of like what the day goes on like, basically, and you just meet once a week for each class.
What was the question? What are the classes like?
What's a typical day look like?
Okay, a typical day, a full day, when I was there would be 3 classes, and then if you have 3 classes in one day, you'll probably be at school till like 9 to 9 at night, with like maybe a couple hours break in between, but most of the classes are 3 hours each, and some are even 4 hours, pretty intense.
6-hour and 5-hour classes at FIDM, they like, I feel like most of those classes are more like labs usually, and like very like hands-on. My 5-hour class was, I was pattern making and I was also sewing, so I always had something to do in that class, so it wasn't like, it didn't drag on every day, but like most of the time it did pass by really fast, which was nice.
Yeah, because you're always working on something.
Yeah, like you're constantly moving and you're not just sitting there doing nothing. Question 3. What is the workload like? How much homework did we have? Oh, mind you, she has graduated already. When did you graduate?
I graduated in last May, 2016.
Ooh! And I'm still in school, but I should be done by the end of this year. Fingers crossed. Homework-wise, I know I've talked about this in a few of my other videos when I updated you guys on my experience at FIDM each quarter. I haven't done that yet for this quarter, but I will. I guess this video will kind of be it. My workload for this quarter is definitely more than it was for my past 2 quarters, and I feel like it's only going to get more busy the farther along I go in the program. So I'm definitely doing homework like 2 days, but for like the full day. So like 48 hours of homework, it sounds like about right of what I'm doing right now.
At FIT, the workload was, I felt like I was doing a lot of work in the class, so like if you're smart about your time, then you're spending the time in class to get your work done. I think the most workload comes from the fashion art class that I had because you're constantly like editing the collection that you're working on, or like rendering different fabric, or working on, it's called a croquis.
Oh yeah, the croquis.
Trying to perfect that thing down. The length of it is like a 9 heads.
Yeah.
But I think the average person is only 6 heads, so we're drawing imaginary creatures
that have super long legs.
like their hands reach their mid-thigh. Do our hands reach our mid-thigh?
You can't even see my mid-thigh.
I guess it does, yeah.
I
guess it just looks weird on paper.
Tested, approved. Okay. Moving on. Okay, what kind of specific courses are offered? So at FIDM, the classes that I've taken so far, like I've taken retail environment, marketing and branding, computer-aided fashion design, textile science, 20th century designers, like survey of Western art, and apparel process 1 and 2. Those ones are geared specifically towards the product development major. They're both like fashion, like mainly fashion schools, so I feel like they would offer like the same classes, maybe just under different names, probably.
Well, at FIT there's like the sketching class that we call like fashion art. That's where you like practice designing and drawing collections, and then we have like art history that you have to take, or you have to take language classes.
Yeah.
Or we have draping. We have a class just for pattern making. Do you have that? Like just for pattern making, or do you like combine draping?
We might. I know that like apparel process was a combination of the two. Ooh, now Horn just retweeted. Okay, anyway.
I think it's like mainly 4 core classes. You're always signing up for like drawing, draping, pattern making, and sewing, and then you have to take your GEDs like on the side, which you're trying to get done in the 2 years so you can graduate with an associate. Semester is a different category, so like the first semester of draping, we're just learning basic silhouettes, like the princess theme and all that.
Oh yeah.
Second semester is learning how to drape suits and blazers.
Ooh.
That semester is really hard. When you go to third semester, it's actually way easier and less homework than the first 2.
Oh wow.
Because third semester is soft silhouettes, which is like more drapey things, which is actually easier to do than draping a blazer.
Yeah.
And then the 4th semester is really relaxed because you're just working on your exhibition piece, which everybody tries to get into the exhibit.
It like weeds off people. Like if you can't make it through the first 2 semesters, like you're just, they know that you're not gonna make it. They're just like, goodbye. What would be considered the do's and don'ts of a FIDM/FIT student? Time management is very important, so that's a do. What would be a don't? To counter, don't procrastinate. I know it happens to everyone.
You know, like some rules for the dorms, I guess. For FIT, if you're living in Kaufman Hall, which is on 31st Street, don't cook sausages because it starts the fire alarm. Specific do, I would say, if you're doing fashion design, don't miss classes. Don't miss your draping with classes because you'll get really lost. And even if you look at someone else's notes, it's notes for them, so it'll probably be hard for you to understand it unless someone's willing to stay with you after class and actually show you what you missed. I think that's a really big thing. Always turn in your projects because I think for any college, like your grade is mainly based off of projects that you do, so never miss a project because it's really hard to catch up. I don't even know how you would catch up.
FIDM offers a lot of events and things like that. Like they offer a lot of like guest speakers that come in to speak in between classes and stuff, and they have like a lot of conferences and things like that, or events just in general. And most of the time they are free for FIDM students. And I would suggest to go to as many of those as possible and talk to the people speaking and network with them because that will help in the future. for after FIDM and after you graduate, and when you're trying to find a career. Take advantage of those. Take advantage of the resources that the school offers and provides for you. So this one's kind of for you, because I'm just like curious. So what was your favorite part about living in New York and going to school in New York?
Me and my friend would go out at night. Like if we have a late class the next day, me and her would walk around in our pajamas on the streets of New York.
Oh,
And like our slippers. But like,
way to do it.
it's probably not the safest thing, but you kind of just see the city like when it's really quiet, and it makes you comfortable because you know like there's a whole different side to it. It's not always bustling, it can be quiet and serene, and you get to see that. So that made me more comfortable in New York, just walking around.
Describe your school in 3 words. So fast-paced, fun, need a third one. So fast-paced, creative / like innovative, fun.
Passionate, ambitious, unique.
Marissa's gonna talk about her brand that she started up.
Well, the core values are positive and negative. So I guess throughout recently I learned that you have to accept the positive and negative because it brings you to where you are now. And once you kind of learn to accept those things, you focus on yourself and realize how unique you are and original, and then that boosts you to be more creative or yourself. So that's where I got the concept. And then I kind of integrated that into the clothing too. So this is a t-shirt that will be coming out very soon. That's why there's a battery, because it has positive and negative side. And then on the sleeve is positive.
Was the other side negative?
And then
Boo! I hope this video was very informational for you guys and it helped you get a little bit more of insight on our schools and the differences between the two and the similarities and what it's like going to school in New York versus LA, or East Coast versus West Coast, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Also, Marissa has her brand, Constant, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys should go follow her and her brand on social media, and I will put all those links down below in the description along with my own social media, so you guys should go follow those and keep in touch with us. And if you guys have any other questions, we would be happy to answer them via social media. This is Taylor Jillian signing off. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you'd enjoyed it. And comment below and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week in an all new video. Bye!